Okay, before we do the manual muscle testing for the thumb, I'm just going to review basically where the muscles are that act on the thumb and the actions that each muscle has. So, starting with the thumb and the thenar eminence, you have the deep opponent's muscle, which is palpated on this side of the thenar eminence. So, if you look at it like a hill, where this is the top of the hill, and it slopes off to the back and slopes off to the front. The back slope is the opponent's pollicis. The top is the abductor pollicis brevis, and this forward slope is the flexor pollicis brevis. So opposition back here brings your thumb around by twisting it over. Abduction brings it straight across like that. This muscle contracts and it just goes straight up. So that is also called palmar abduction. And the flexor pollicis brevis, which is the small intrinsic muscle here, bends at the MCP joint. Just bends and like that. It's like it's in plane with the palm and sliding across. So, flexor pollicis brevis, abductor pollicis brevis, opponens. So, abductor pollicis and opponens is very similar, but opponens always has a rotational component. It opposes, it turns over. Okay, can you turn your thumb over? See that? Now the thumbnail is parallel with the tabletop. Now bring it back in position. Now it's perpendicular. Okay. Now, one of the first things when you have a patient that has a median nerve injury or lesion, they cannot turn their thumb over. They can maybe flex it, but they can't twist it. Twisting of the thumb is pure median. Okay, other thumb muscles that we're going to test include the flexor pollicis longus, which bends the tip, and if you look on the extensor side, extensor pollicis longus, it extends the tip, extensor pollicis brevis, which extends the MCP joint, and abductor pollicis longus, which is abducts and raises the thumb. That's that tendon right there. It's actually right there. This is your extensor pollicis brevis here. And then the last one is your adductor pollicis, which closes your thumb in that direction. So now we'll do the manual muscle test. The first one that we're going to do is MCP flexion of the thumb, which is the primary mover is the flexor pollicis brevis. Here you're going to position the patient sitting facing you, forearm on the table, in full supination. You're going to stabilize the metacarpal, which is the first metacarpal, to your thumb by pinching it like this. Thumb below, index in front. Then you are going to instruct the patient to attempt to flex across your palm. And when you do that motion, try not to bend the tip. Try just to bend here without bending there. It's kind of hard to do. Why don't you try that? Yeah, like that. It's a little bit hard to do, but that's different than bending here and bending in. You just try to bend at this joint only. That's all you have to do. Okay, so now I'm stabilizing and palpating. The palpation is under your index finger on this forward slope. So you're going to pinch that and you're going to have the hand resting on the tabletop. Now go ahead and try to flex here without flexing there. When full range of motion is made, then with your other hand, reach in and just distal to the MCP joint, extend in the opposite direction. and you're going to check the power of that thumb flexor at the MCP joint, and that's how you get a grade of 5. The same test is repeated for a grade of 2. Nothing changes. Hand is in the same position. You're stabilizing and palpating, and then I know you're weak. Attempt to bend here without bending here. Partial range of motion is given a grade of 2.